Hello everyone, and welcome back to Agents of Damned, our Let's Play D&D podcast featuring myself, your sometimes benevolent, often malevolent dungeon master, Jordan Roman. And, as always, I am joined by my fellow players.
Hi guys, I'm Katie and I play Safe.
Hey everyone, I'm Christina and I play Winterra.
And I'm Drew McLean, and by Bahamut's fantastic French fry franchise, I play the good Dr. Arlo Egon.
There was such finesse in your voice at the end of that. Did anybody else notice that?
No, I was busy typing fantastic French fry franchise, and I didn't have time to pay attention to it.
He said, Arlo Egon.
Well, see, the reason for that, Katie, is that secretly I am the sexiest man that has ever lived. It's a large burden. Sometimes it's like, when I go out in public, the whole COVID thing has kind of helped because I'm wearing a mask, so people don't swoon over me as I walk the streets. But it is lonely, he who sits upon the top of this hill.
You want to know what else is a huge burden?
I'm
this
afraid.
Dick. Let's do this.
I would also like to point out that inflection that Katie pointed out is the same inflection I use for Rick Slavenly, so...
Arlo Egon.
Thanks. I love it. Alright, that's neat.
So I have a confession to make, guys. I fucked up.
What'd you do?
I mean, I know it's rare to hear, like, it's unprecedented in the history of our podcast, but I have indeed fucked up.
Jordan, are you
do?
telling me that you inserted your penis into a DVD copy of my favorite Pixar movie?
We'll address that later, but not in this context.
Wait, did I make that joke already? I feel like I might have.
That's telling that you're not
up.
sure if you've made that exact joke.
Alright, so what did you do? Tell us.
Jordan, how did you fuck up?
I forgot to let you guys go shopping. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh shit, yeah, we didn't go shopping.
No, I was too eager to get to Oliver the living fire beacon.
Setting my brother on fire?
Semantics.
I mean, yeah, with him being on fire, that was a real Oliver twist.
Motherfucker.
You can't see it, but I'm smiling so big right now.
Fire him. Fire him. Fire him.
So yeah, in order to alleviate that, everyone has gone shopping out of character. This just happened during the time that they were, in the in-between time before Bookworm decided to drag Winterra into a room and confess the deep dark truth of her horrid past. So everyone has items. If you guys want to go over what you got real quick, we will get to the recap afterwards.
I got a Ring of Protection and a Ring of the Ram. The Ring of Protection just adds 1 to my AC. And
saving throws.
And saving throws. And the Ring of the Ram is like, I do like a fist and like this spectral ram jumps out and slams into a person for, I think, don't quote me on this, I have it written down, 1d6 of damage plus blowback if I use all 3 or 2 charges in one go.
Ooh, so close. It was actually 2d10, but thank you for trying.
Oh man, Katie, I didn't realize that you liked Safe that much. Because if you like it, you gotta put a ring on it. You put 2.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, this is gonna be happening.
Okay.
I'm in this kind of mood today.
Great.
What did you get?
I'll go first, because I think Andrew is probably the most excited about his thing, and I want that to be built up too. So I did some Mithril Half-Plate, which I'm excited about because higher AC is usually a good thing. And
Typically.
I also got a Staff of the Woodlands, which basically means I can Rafiki bop people now. And also, Jordan, I don't have to use spells for Pass Without Trace, which I'm really excited for.
Nice!
And I can just go around awakening things if I decide I want to do that.
So many sniffs.
Because it doesn't require spell components.
Yeah, baby, yeah. Alright, so I got 2 items. So the first one I got is a set of adamantine plate armor. For you folks
Nice.
listening at home, that means that my AC is now at a whopping 21. And also, I repeat, cannot be crit upon.
Excellent.
But the one that I am the most excited about is that I have a Horn of Valhalla. So, when I use an action to blow this horn, in response, 3d4 plus 3 warrior spirits from Valhalla appear within 60 feet of you. I'll decide how I will ridiculously reflavor these at a later date.
And then immediately
They use the
forget-
statistics of a berserker, and they return to Valhalla after 1 hour or when they drop to 0 hit points. After that, I can't use it for 7 days. But I'll still get plenty of use out of that, even if it's once a week.
I'm glad you reminded me about that, because I forgot about that part.
Oh man, I shouldn't have. I'm gonna solve this problem with the horn again.
Alright, recap. Last time, Saith used the power of her second boon to restore Winterra's brother, Oliver, back to life. Winterra was confused why Oliver didn't appear before them, only to realize that he was likely resurrected in the place he died. She rushed over to Odart with Arlo and Saith close behind, and demanded that he transport them to Silvery Moon. Odart refused, however, stating that it was against the rules to do so, and that he wasn't willing to bend the rules in regard to this. However, he did agree to send a message to Winterra's family to alert them of Oliver's return, while the Adrians went through the bureaucratic process of requesting passage. While they waited, Orlo offered to teach Winterra how to cook Bookworm's favorite recipe, and Forngol taught her how to channel the power of the humble shroom. Meanwhile, Arlo made good on his arrangement with Ryan and went with her to the tavern she frequented outside her hometown. While Saith was doing research on her pact with Asmodeus, she heard a familiar voice call out to her. She followed the voice to see the visage of her mother, before the figure vanished into Saith's necklace. Nearly a week after Oliver's resurrection, Winterra was approached by Bookworm. Bookworm revealed the truth about her past and how a necromancer had wiped out her family, her forest, and a tabaxi she had befriended, also named Bookworm. She then asked Winterra for help with finding this necromancer and destroying him. Winterra was more than willing to help out, especially when she realized this would provide an opportunity to find out what had happened to Oliver. Winterra grabbed Arlo and Saith, and the four of them left for Silvery Moon immediately. Upon arriving, they met with Niavra and learned that Grandifor had become the mayor of the town. However, this conversation was cut short when Erwin burst into the teleportation room, and upon seeing Winterra, dragged her into the Midnight Woods. A column of fire erupted in the heart of the woods, and what they saw at the center of the flames was Holly Darknight comforting a young, crying Oliver. And thus we resume our tale. As you are all standing there, you see that the flames dissipate, and Holly is still hugging Oliver, comforting him, saying, it's okay, you're fine, you're safe. Amidst this, Erwin speaks up and says, Mom! She looks up, annoyed, as if, like, why are you bothering me during this? This is obviously important. Until she sees Winterra, and her expression immediately changes. It's like, Winterra! At which point, Oliver, his tears dry up, and he looks up, and he has the biggest smile on his face. Terra! And he runs over and gives you a big hug.
Is it a bear hug?
Oh.
Well, he only goes up to about your waist, Winterra, so he's kind of just hugging your legs as he is just so happy to see you.
Winterra is sort of frozen for a second, and her eyes are a little wide as she's processing that her brother was just on fire. And she kind of looks down at him. She's like, I can't believe he's really here.
He looks up at you and says, you got big too! Everyone changed while I was asleep. It's weird. I remember being... I wasn't feeling well, and then I went to sleep, and then I woke up in a flower garden, and then Mom found me, and she looked really surprised to see. I guess I had slept, walked away, and then she brought me back over, and everyone looked older and bigger. It was weird.
No.
Winterra side-eyes her mom, and then she looks down at Oliver, and she gets down so that she's closer to him. And she's just like, I'm glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you, too. Where were you? I haven't seen you all week. I thought you'd be here with everyone else.
She had to work.
Who are you?
It's nice to meet you, Oliver. My name is Saith. I'm a friend of Tara.
Nice to meet you, happy lady.
I'm glad to see you and meet you. Tara has said so much about you.
You did?
I did.
Yeah! And he hugs you again.
Yep. She said you were her favorite sibling. I'm Arlo, by the way.
Hi, Mr. Arlo.
It's actually, you know what? Mister is just fine, buddy.
Okay.
You know what? I'm making that's a canon of Arlo. Only Oliver is allowed to call Arlo Mister.
I was about to say, no, please, correct a child.
See how well that goes over?
Only the baby can do it.
Only the baby.
So at this point, Holly walks over and is like, it's good to see you again. Though I am curious, why are you back already? Do you have more work?
Yes. And also, and she just kind of looks down at Oliver, and then looks back at her mom.
No, I realize. I sent Erwin to try and send a message to you guys, and every time he said you weren't there, so I'd have gone myself, but I had things to attend to, she said, like, looking down.
Makes sense. But, and Winterra gestures over towards Bookworm, and she says, this is my friend Bookworm. We are actually coming through here so we can help her.
Saith is going to look at Arlo, and as she says friends, she's gonna do air quotes.
Arlo punches Saith in the arm.
Bookworm does a small nod to Holly, and Holly looks over at her and says, I'm guessing that means you're heading over to the Forest of Lost Giants then, yes?
Yes, that is where we're going.
Arlo from the background, what kind of forest?
It's called the Forest of Lost Giants, dear.
This is just how he is. It's...
No, I remember. It was only about a month ago, trust me. He left an impression. What exactly is your business there, if you don't mind me asking, sweetie?
Winterra looks over at Bookworm just to see how she is looking before she tells her mom anything.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, great.
You feel a breeze. And on that breeze, in Druidic, you hear, if you trust her, I think it's okay. And you see Holly react to that.
Winterra's eyes get huge, and she looks over at Bookworm, and she looks back at her mom, and she's just like, yeah, Bookworm can't speak out loud.
Roll me persuasion.
No. That was all of a 5.
Oh, buddy! But I just heard her. What are you talking about? You see Bookworm's eyes also get really wide as she realizes what she has just done.
Dun dun dun.
So Arlo and Saith, this is the first inkling you've heard of someone being able to hear Bookworm.
Wait a minute!
Oh, is she speaking in Druidic or just like in regular, like, words?
So the way that her communication works is that she uses druidcraft to create a breeze, and on that breeze there are incantations of druidic. It just kind of sounds like...
I'm gonna say, I feel like we just heard tree noises. We were like, that was weird, but, you know.
Yeah, like, I imagine it's like the wind blowing in, like, a Disney movie or, like, Pocahontas or something, where it seems benign, but if you can hear all the colors of the wind or whatever the hell, then, it like, you understand it.
Should I roll to paint with all the colors of the wind and sing with all the voices of the mountains?
Well,
I don't even know what that would translate to.
Winterra quickly actually adds in and she says, "Oh, Mom, you're probably just tired from, taking care of Oliver. It's okay."
Roll me another persuasion check.
Also, I feel like that would definitely be a nature check, though. I feel like that's the description of a nature check for singing with all the voices of the mountains and paint with all the colors of the wind.
Fair point. We're doing Winterra right now, though. As you don't speak Druidic.
I do not.
That was a 14.
Okay, that one she gets. She's like, "Oh, yeah, you're right. I've been tending to Oliver all day, so I wasn't thinking."
But we're going to check some things out and find someone, she says ominously.
The music sting changes, like, and find someone. Da, 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 da.
Holly raises an eyebrow concerned as the organ intensifies in the background.
Their knees will be the least of their worries.
I see. Well, it is rather late. Would you all like to spend the night and travel there in the morning? It's a ways away.
It would give you more time to get to know Oliver again.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I think all of us getting some rest would probably be a good thing.
Yeah, you guys didn't, have a lot of time to prep for this. It was kind of a just gun and go pretty late at night. So, in theory, you guys would still be decently tired.
Yeah, it's like Arlo's in the background. He's like, "What are we having for dinner? I don't eat knees."
Has your palate been expanded in any way?
Nope.
Whatever you can find.
Dang it.
Oliver looks up
Uncultured.
at you and Tara and says, "Do they not like knees?"
They don't understand.
Weird.
Knees
Very.
are not food.
Uncultured.
Is there anything you guys would like to do while you spend the evening here with the Dark Knights?
Side eyes my cat's collar.
Alright. Go ahead and roll it for me.
4.
Okay.
And this is the boon that blows up the entire campaign. Ha 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 ha. Jordan wins. Then Jordan does a backflip.
Oh boy.
So, as per the last 2 times you have done this, you hear Asmodeus's voice in your mind once more.
To see a deal brought to its conclusion. I hope you find this final power to your liking.
You're not exactly giving me any confidence that it's a good thing.
You do not immediately notice any difference.
I hate it.
Good.
Neat.
Well, Winterra picks up Oliver with her biggerness and sort of places him on her hip and just looks at him for a second, and she's just like, "I can't imagine that you're very tired after sleeping for so long."
I mean, I still get tired like normal. I don't know.
That's fair. You are still very small after all.
I still run around a lot. Erwin's been trying to show me all the cool paths in the forest and stuff, and it's kind of hard to keep up with him because he's bigger than he was before I went to sleep. But I'm trying my best.
That's good. That's all you can ask for. The fire is new.
He kind of shudders a little bit as you say that, and he looks away.
Oh.
What's the matter, little guy? Not into using your new abilities?
At this point, Holly steps in and says, he hasn't been back that long, and there have been some events that makes him not overly fond of them, but we're working on that.
Winterra also is kind of glaring at Saith, and she softens for a second and says to her mom, I suppose what she means is that it's easy to forget when it's just been a short while. And we also have her to thank.
I see. Oliver, dear, are you tired at all? It's been a long day for you, I can imagine. No.
Winterra is going to... Hey, Oliver, what was your favorite animal again?
A chicken.
No.
A dinosaur!
A chicken.
A what?
Oh, you haven't seen dinosaurs before. That's right, because they don't grow near here.
No, Winterra, I don't believe dinosaurs do grow near here. They're not part of the native flora and fauna.
He could have seen a chicken, though.
Oh,
You notice
my
I
God.
ignored that one.
A Canadian goose.
Oh my God, why are you this way?
What's a dinosaur?
It's like a real big chicken.
That sounds stupid.
Winterra,
If you summon a T-Rex, you'll be my hero.
yes, let me summon a giant dinosaur in the middle of my forest in which it could not move because there's trees everywhere. It sounds like a great idea, Jordan.
I never said I was exclusively on your side.
I also don't think I have access to T-Rexes. But no, I was going to say I summoned some velociraptors to go tire him out so that he can play with them.
Whoa! Those aren't chickens.
Yeah, they are just naked and they got teeth.
Your friend's kinda dumb. Can I play with them?
Yeah, go ahead. And she kind of looks at them and she shoos them off as if to tell them to go run away for a little bit to play chase.
They trot off slowly, and as you put Oliver down, he, almost the second he hits the ground, just takes off after them.
I imagine that will keep him busy for a minute.
I imagine so. Now that he's out of earshot, what?
Winterra just looks at Saith for a second to see if she would like to explain first.
Okay, so I acquired a spell that allowed me to bring somebody back from the dead as they were before their death.
Once.
Only once. And after speaking to both Arlo and Winterra, decided that instead of using that spell selfishly or in other means, I wanted to give your family another chance. And I'm so sorry, because I understand that it must have been such a shock. And I can't imagine the emotions that you, your husband, and your children must feel.
She immediately runs up and just hugs you.
Oh. Saith kind of she looks really stiff at first, but she kind of softens up and returns it.
The power of a mom hug.
The power of a mom hug.
Oh.
Thank you.
I wouldn't do it any other way.
I don't understand how you got the ability to do that, and frankly, I don't care. You've done us. You've done a good for us that we can never repay.
Well, I had to make up almost burning down your forest, so.
That was you?
You see, you would assume it was me with the whole, like, fire breathing thing, but, nope.
Yeah, that was what we thought.
So, another thing is, I have since learned to control my fire abilities, and if...
We have enough fire here as is, please don't.
Hold on. If you need any help training Oliver in the use of his abilities and helping him ease out of that fear and using his abilities for good rather than succumbing to his fear and creating what we walked in on, you're welcome to call me anytime and I'll do my best to get a ticket out here to help.
I appreciate the offer, but he's only been back a week.
Oh yeah, no, that's absolutely. He needs time to settle in and get used to being awake.
He's also only 5 years old. It may be some time before we even begin to Right now, our main concern is helping it not go out of control and getting him to a place where he can control it and not, erupt.
Absolutely. And I'm there if you need help with it. And until then, just know I'm a speaking stone away.
Right. If I can ever get my other son to understand that concept. Erwin is just kind of looking absent-mindedly, like trying to avoid eye contact with Holly at all costs.
If I remember correctly, Winterra had the same issue.
Winterra is looking away and not making eye contact.
She thought we were trapped in the rock till like a week ago.
You can use it now.
It took a very long time.
Well, if we can get it to a point where your father can watch him and he doesn't burst into flames, then I will send the message.
That works.
It's probably the only way that it will.
How is Dad?
He's managing. He's a bit protective. You look over and see that normally Ulrich would have come over and, greeted you as he always does, but in this particular instance, he is just watching Oliver play with the dinosaurs and has not even really acknowledged you. Not because he doesn't care, but because he cares so much more about his newly resurrected son.
That's fair. But, and Winterra says, looking over at Bookworm and, kind of gesturing for her to, also, come in closer, to everything, because I imagine as how Bookworm is, she has been on the outskirts of everything.
Very much so, yes. Good read.
She says, Bookworm has been helping me get better at druid things while I've been away.
Well, that is appreciated. Thank you, Bookworm. Bookworm, still very much on the perimeter, just nods.
So, anyway, there are lots of druids in our forest, Winterra says, looking at Bookworm. My mother and my brother, the small one. But as my mom said, my dad can't be near Oliver yet because he's not, and my twin is also not.
Bookworm kind of nods a little as if she has realized the mistake that she had made.
Mom, what do you know about the Lost Giants Forest?
Just that there's not really much there now. hasn't been for quite some time, actually, since you were a child. And, there was, She looks like she's trying to find the words, but because Bookworm is right there, she's struggling to find a way to say it that will not be immeasurably offensive to someone, or like offensive or triggering to someone who had lived through that. Something happened a while back where the forest just suffered, and now it's devoid of life, largely. I'm not entirely sure what you're hoping to find there, but if I'm being completely honest, I wouldn't expect to find much.
Well, we don't need to find much. Just someone.
Right. Someone that I'm assuming you can't tell me who is?
Do you know anything about any bony creatures?
Do you mean, like, skeletons?
Yes, that was the word.
Is it Lord Bonington?
Oh, no, he's been imprisoned for some time, or at least that's what I've heard. There was a bit of a thing a few months ago in a far-off town. That's the gossip that I got, but I don't know much past that. The name did strike me as familiar. Is that who you're looking for?
No. We're looking for another skeleton creature.
I can't say I know many of them by name. I didn't know they had names, if I'm being completely honest with you. But it is... And she pauses as she looks over at Bookworm again, wondering whether or not it's okay for her to say the words that are about to come out of her mouth. Possible that you might find something like that there. I don't go there very often, sweetie. I'm afraid there's not much I can do to help in this instance. I am sorry about that. All I can do is offer you a place to sleep for the night.
That's okay. I just wanted to ask in case there was anything you knew.
If it was about the town of Silvery Moon, I might be able to be more helpful, but it's been relatively quiet there. Mostly.
Minus the beholder that's the mayor now, I'm sure.
Well, he's been working closely with Niavra, and they've been... There have been some good changes. He's adjusting. Nothing like the debate. Oh, nothing like the debate.
I'm really happy to hear that he is doing well.
No, he's doing quite well. But these things take time. He's trying to incorporate more people there, and it is a slow process, but he's doing what he can. Niabra is helping. I'm sorry. I realize that I'm not giving you much back. It's just... It's been a week.
We thank you for the information that you're able to provide.
Glad I can help as little as I can. Otherwise, had my hands full.
Well, at least there's only one instead of 3 of us. All at that age.
Well, yes, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like it's any different, given your brother and father. Same number of children, I suppose.
Well, it seems like Erwin's been spending more time in the town. He knew Niavra's name. That didn't happen before.
It's been It's been a week.
I can only imagine.
The night goes on. You try and make conversation with your mother as best you can. Oliver eventually tires himself out and sort of just very quickly goes to sleep.
Can I have a moment with Modi real quick?
Yeah, sure.
So, she's just gonna, like, sit outside the cave for a bit and, like, look at his collar and be like, does this mean that you're gonna leave now?
He looks at you and gives you that same sort of shading grin that he normally does when you ask him a question. licks his paw for a bit, and then hops on top of your head.
Well, I'm glad for as long as you're around, little dude.
He, like, sort of curls up between your horns and, like, starts to take a nap.
I can hear you purring.
His tail swats your face.
You devilish little shit! You like being here with me.
Is that all you wanted to do with Modi?
Yes.
Saith has a tsundere cat. Tsundere demon cat.
It's not like I like hanging out with you or anything.
Tsundere demon cat.
Yes, that's all I wanted to do.
Yes, Modi is sticking with you. And all that entitles.
Tsundere Modi.
Yay!
Morning comes, and you guys have a quick breakfast before heading out. Bookworm is pretty insistent that you guys get started, like, sooner rather than later. Do you have any parting words for your family as you head over to the Forest of Lost Giants?
Winterra looks at her mom mostly, but sort of at everyone, and says, "It was good to see everyone. We'll try not to be away too often, but I'll try to come back when I can."
Anytime you're back is more than appreciated, and you're always welcome.
And she looks at Oliver and she says, "And you be good. Don't give Mom any trouble she doesn't need."
Okay.
I like that he had to take the time to think about it. My kind of kid.
You see Holly kind of, like, just pinches her brow, realizing that that is either a false promise or a promise that has hidden meaning behind it.
Winterra did say any trouble that she doesn't need.
Oh, he caught that. Yeah, they all wave you off. Even Ulrich, who's been, like, largely Oliver focused, like, tries to fight back tears as you walk off, and they all give you a heartfelt goodbye.
We'll return her safely.
You don't hear anything in response to that one, but you feel the ominous sense of you better.
The trees are watching.
So, as you guys make your way through the southern part of the Midnight Woods, I want you guys to go ahead and give me a perception check.
19.
I also got a 19.
I got a 23.
Hold up. Don't.
Oh, wait,
count that.
wait.
19
I get an
quite
advantage
yet.
because I'm in my forest.
Ha-ha! See, like I was about to do the same.
That's a non-nat 20. So not
Okay.
much better, but...
26.
So, as you guys are walking along, Saith, you notice that there is someone who seems to be having a little bit of trouble with a carriage. Like, it looks like some elderly woman who is, like, stuck in something, and they're trying to move their carriage, and it's not like it's like one that you would pull manually or, like, have a donkey on. It's not like a big one. It's like a tiny little thing.
I'm gonna get everybody else's attention and point towards it with my tail.
You have fingers!
Yeah, but it's more fun to do it with my tail.
It's
God
her
damn
MO.
you. Yeah,
It is
fair.
my MO.
Fair. Okay, so yeah, she points this out, and you all notice this elderly person attempting to move their small carriage that is definitely stuck in something.
You alright there, partner? You need some help moving the carriage there?
So as you all approach, and Arlo asks this, the figure turns around, holding a knife, and says, "Who's asking?"
It is Big Betty!
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 Hey guys, what's up?
Arlo hugs Betty.
Safe hugs Betty.
The second you both approach, he points now. You guys like, back off!
Whoa. It was a hug. Friendship. Remember friendship?
I don't know what a hug is, and I don't need to know! Back off!
Alright, duly noted.
Fair enough, Big Betty. Do you need help getting your carriage out of what I assume might be mud?
Oh, no, it's poop.
Well, don't you worry. Saith and Winterra have definitely got that for you.
Oh, no. I can't bother you with that. Truth be told. And she leans and goes like, it's Betty's.
But
She is the worst travel buddy, I swear!
mm,
I see.
Oh yeah, it's right there.
she seems like a pretty shitty travel buddy.
I know, right?
Where are you heading off to next, Betty?
Uh,
Oh, okay.
What if you set up right here in the forest?
Winterra side-eyes Arlo.
are you guys hungry?
I have not eaten
I
anything
can
since
eat.
yesterday.
Well, why didn't you say so? She says as she punches the carriage, and immediately it explodes into Big Beggy's Wandering Tavern.
Bookworm, you're in for a treat.
Winterra has positioned herself between this creation and Bookworm.
Yeah, Bookworm is fucking terrified seeing this.
I would like to note that Arlo is already inside of the tavern, like with an alarming amount of speed for someone of his heft and like size. He is like made a beeline for inside the tavern. He is very hungry.
Maybe if he was more cultured, he would have eaten.
Not eating your damn knees.
I mean, they're not my knees.
So I assume you guys follow in?
Yeah.
Alright, you guys head on in. Unsurprisingly, you guys are the only patrons in there.
I'm not gonna lie, I half expected it to just be full somehow.
I thought about it. I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about it.
We just look at them, we're like, where do you guys come from? And everyone simultaneously shrugs.
We were hungry.
Sometimes while I'm walking around and I'm hungry, I just end up in this tavern and I don't question it.
Winterra is reassuringly holding Bookworm's hand the entire time.
But as you guys walk in, Beggy is there, and as always, says, "Welcome to Big Beggy's Wandering Tavern. Table for 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Not used to that with you guys. Oh well. Follow me." And she seats you guys as per usual, and says, "Can I get you all anything to drink?"
Now there is a drink menu now, that's right.
Yup.
I have learned from my hubris and will not pick the death one again.
Probably a good idea.
Honestly, I think you would really enjoy the drink menu, she says to you, Arlo, as she leans in close, like, "You wouldn't believe it, but last time, these two came without, they came with someone else. That guy was an asshole, too. Hated him. Glad to see you back."
Yep. I'm sure that guy absolutely sucked.
Oh, he sucked shit. The worst. So what can I get you all?
What?
Save is literally trying so hard not to laugh.
What's the drink that does the fire resistance thing?
Oh, wait. There isn't
I don't think there's a drink.
That's not a drink that does that. That's the spicy tuna, the spicy tuna surprise.
The food Winterra is not touching.
Alright.
Yeah, no, the drinks don't do damage resistance. That's what the food
Oh,
does.
let me pull up the drink menu. I forgot about the possibility of Betty's.
You thought I would, guys? I know what's up. I wouldn't deprive you of Betty's.
Welcome to Big
Impromptu mission or otherwise. Of course not.
Do I feel like taking Betty's risk while my dice have been rolling shit today?
I think you do.
I'm gonna do Betty's backwash.
Oh, I forgot that exists.
So did I.
It's the main drink.
Mm.
It's one we've
I
usually
know.
got-
I'm the one who wrote it too.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna say on a D4, 1 through 2 is no, and 3 and 4 is yes. Let's see. What is that? Oh fuck, it's a 4. Oh shit. Okay.
Yes.
All right, I guess we'll do saving grace because that's what I did last time.
Excellent.
I'm gonna have a saving grace as well.
All right, that's 1 backwash and 2 saving grace. And for the other young lady, Bookworm just looks terrified and just signs water desperately.
Water.
She'll have a water.
Presumptuous of you, but I'll go with it.
Oh no, she speaks with her hands. I can just understand what she's saying.
Okay.
Arlo stops for a second. He's like, and he kind of leans over to Bookworm. He's like, "Are you absolutely sure that you want water from
Literally,
here.
as soon as you say, "Are you sure?" she is shaking her head violently, yes. As she has read her other options and wants none of that. Arlo, as you do that, you turn around, look back over to Becky, and she's gone.
Great.
Honestly, I don't know what I expected.
Bookworm looks horrified at all this.
Don't worry, you get used to it.
You've never seen anything like this?
Bookworm shakes her head no to you, Winterra, and then looks deeply concerned at Arlo.
This was like the first tavern I'd ever encountered outside of the forest, so I just assumed this is how all of them were.
Oh no, this one is unique.
Huh.
I'm just now realizing that Winterra's entire tavern experience has been Big Betty's. If we ever take her to a regular tavern, she's gonna be so disappointed.
So as you guys are having this conversation, trying to reassure Bookworm that all of this is not a crazy lucid dream she is currently experiencing, you suddenly hear and feel 4 hard slams as all of the drinks immediately crash down in front of you guys all at once, as Becky has returned mere moments later, far faster than should be possible.
Of course.
I'm imagining it all together as like Arlo looks over and Betty's gone. And he says, don't worry, you get used to it. And then the drinks slam down. Yep, see? There you go.
So, do you all know what you want to eat?
You know, I think I'm going to have the house special and the dark chocolate anchovies.
Oh, Saith, that was the same thing I wanted.
Well, there's no sense in not getting the same thing.
I mean, true.
Well, I mean, I gotta go with my favorite. I gotta have that sooner to prize.
Winterra shudders.
Alright. And for the quiet lady who talks with her hands? And she just, waves her hands no.
She ate this morning. She's not hungry.
She shakes her head violently, yes.
Oh, come on, Bookworm. You gotta try a little bit.
Bookworm just, keeps shaking her head no, looking terrified.
Peer
Winterra
pressure,
kind of
peer
scowls at
pressure,
Arlo.
Peer pressure, peer pressure.
Arlo.
Alright, fine.
You started to hear Big Betty also saying peer pressure, in the last couple of minutes.
Peer pressure, peer pressure.
She started on the last one when Tara growled, was like, peer
Wait, is Sweetie Puffy Boy there also saying peer pressure? This little Russian accent?
He is busy washing glasses, which is weird considering they literally just opened and he's only made 4 drinks. And yes, I'm counting the water. Don't ask.
Sweetie Puffy
Okay.
Boy always
Nice.
keep the glasses clean.
That
Alright.
is rather insensitive of you to do impersonation of me out loud like that. I'm late. You're almost as bad as Red Boy who came in last time.
Yeah, I don't know that guy.
Good, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck that guy. He was a loser.
The worst person I've ever served.
Arlo kicks Saith underneath the table.
Saith pokes him with her grappling hook on her tail.
My glue box.
As you say Glubach, once again, all the food slams down immediately. Just incomprehensible speed.
Alright, time for some saving throws.
Yeah, Arlo, without
Yup,
missing
yup,
a beat,
yup.
just starts, digging in.
Alright, we'll do the drinks first, as per usual.
17.
Okay.
22! Hell
And
yeah!
I have an 18.
Cool, you all pass.
Yay.
Alright.
Next up is food. Everyone roll that.
Oh, that's only gonna be a 15.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
17.
Cool, you all pass on the entrees.
Yay! I forgot what the save was. And I was like, I hope it's not. I looked at that and I was like, oh god, please, not again.
Alright, and then ladies, if you will roll for your desserts.
My dice rolled well this time, and that is a nat 20, which brings it to 22.
Nice. I got a 19.
Alright, and you clear the dark chocolate anchovies.
Thank God.
Yeah! Piercing and bludgeoning damage, and necrotic damage. And I chose necrotic because of the skeleton boy.
Okay. So, you all enjoy that. Bookworm takes a sip of her water, almost throws up and puts the water down, and just watches you guys eat food that looks so horrible and repugnant she almost throws up again.
Is the piano playing?
The piano is indeed playing as L and R are doing their usual things.
Alright, my dear Bookworm. At least listen to the sultry sounds of the music.
Oh yeah, the weird little hand things are very cool.
She listens and she looks like she tries to her ears kind of fold in on themselves, like she's trying to not listen to it because she does not appreciate it.
Uh-oh. I rolled a 15 plus 2, so it's 17.
What's the roll to appreciate the music?
It is a charisma check.
Oh, fuck. That's gonna be
Oh,
an 8.
that's an 18.
Winterra is the literal only one who feels the music.
Devastating.
Arlo's still faking it like, yeah, I totally get it. Freeform jazz. I'm an adult.
It is reggae.
Arlo, I've heard jazz before, one of the people playing in Silvery Moon, and that's not what that sounds like.
Do 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 ba do ba do ba do ba do ba.
Arlo is humming along to an entirely different song. Alright, so that is Big Betty's. You guys head on out of there, and as soon as you exit, the tavern immediately turns back into the carriage, and you see Betty once again trying to push it out of the pile of shit that either came from her or the other Betty. Who knows which is real?
Alright, let me see if I have a spell that can help Betty. So the carriage is just stuck in the dookie.
It is. I will also be uncharacteristically kind and remind you that she said she doesn't want your help.
But I
And
wanna
that she is
help
a hag.
Betty.
She did just try to shank us. Let's go.
Alright, fine. I just like Betty. I want to help Betty.
Listen, I'm all with you. I would absolutely help Betty. Only if she wanted it.
It's dangerous otherwise.
Yeah, you shouldn't offer help to people if they've said they don't want it, Arlo.
Yeah, alright, fair enough.
So you guys walk on for a little while, and eventually you hit what can only be the border. Because on the other side, it changes from forest to desolate, rotted wasteland. Any form of life that may have been there looks like it has either been burned or shriveled to nothing. It is a horrid color scheme of browns and dark greens, grays, just completely devoid of any form of life. Bookworm looks on at this and pauses as she tries to take it all in. For her, it's been a very, very long time since she has faced the reality of her past this directly.
No, this is...
Devastating.
Yeah. Winterra puts a reassuring hand on Bookworm's arm and looks over at her.
You see she's holding, clenching her fist against her chest, and she looks over at you and gives you a very half-hearted smile, as if she's trying to make it seem as though everything's okay, but she is very clearly distraught by being back here. Everyone roll me a perception check real quick.
18 plus 9, 27.
Do I still have advantage in this area, or no?
No, because you have never been here.
Okay. Well, it was a non-nat 20.
I got yet another 8.
Killing it. So, Arlo, you are kind of taking in just the ruin and destruction of this place. Winterra, you are trying to console Bookworm as best as you can. Safe, you notice there is a rustle in a bush behind you guys at the edge of the Midnight Woods.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna turn towards it. Probably, I think I'm gonna, draw my crossbow just in case.
Okay, and?
I mean, I'm just gonna be like, Show yourself!
You see the bush starts to rustle a little bit more. At this point, because Saith has called it out, the rest of you are all aware of it, and you have eyes on this shaking bush. And as it rustles more and more, eventually a figure pops out and says, "Hi!"
Miliki, Oliver, what are you doing here?
I followed you!
Why?
Because I've seen you the least of everyone since I woke up, and it seemed like you guys were doing something cool, and you can summon dinosaurs, and I wanted to follow you.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, all of that is, pretty fair.
Winterra's trying not to cry.
So, what we're about to do, it's not safe for little ones like you, kiddo.
Cool.
Yes, very. And I promise you, when you're older, you can do cool stuff with us, okay?
Okay,
But for now, we should probably get you back home.
I'm good.
Oliver, Mom will kill me. Mom will literally kill me if you are here with us right now.
Hey, have you ever ridden a giant eagle?
No?
We know the best giant eagle that has ever been born.
Ooh.
And I'm willing to bet that that giant eagle would be willing to do a few cool loop-de-loops in the sky.
That would be cool.
If you promise us that you'll let our giant eagle friend take you home, you can ride him.
And you stay there.
As you guys say that, Oliver almost seems to get distracted halfway through what you're saying. And he points behind you guys and says, "Who's that?"
What?
As you turn around, you see a hooded figure hobbling towards you.
Nope, don't like that.
It moves slowly and stiffly, as if something were wrong with their body. And as they draw closer, you see underneath the hood is faded bone.
No.
Modi.
Hey,
No,
Hey.
thank you.
hey. Could I attempt my turn undead?
You can.
I attempt my turn undead.
Alright, what's the save I need to make?
It's a wisdom
Cool.
save.
It does not pass. However, it raises its hand and it almost seems to dispel it anyway. It's going to use a legendary resistance.
Oh, well, that's not good. Everyone prepare to fuck something up.
Well, wait, so I know this thing is like obviously like bone and skeleton shit,
Uh-huh.
but can I roll general insight to see if it's actually threatening at the moment?
I mean,
It's just walking towards us, right?
yeah, sure, you can roll insight.
23.
As you look at this thing, you feel this horrid bloodlust radiating off of this thing. But it doesn't feel like it's directed at you. It's just there. This thing exists for destruction.
Oh. Okay.
And
Well.
as you are examining it, you see from behind it, almost like it's emerging from its back, the black hand that you saw rises from above it.
Oh, thanks.
Oh god.
Winterra?
Yeah?
I need you to do me a huge, huge, huge favor.
Yep.
Roll me a history check.
Great. Come on, dice. Don't roll bad, because I have a 0 in history. That is an 18.
As the hand emerges, you, out of seemingly nowhere, have a flashback. It's only for an instant, and It feels both familiar and entirely foreign to you. But you flash back to the day of the fire. As you were in the grove trying to protect Erwin and Oliver, and you looked up as your vision was fading, and just before you blacked out, you remember something that you either couldn't before, or that you had repressed. But you see in your memory the hand reaching towards you.
No.
Now I need you to roll on that little PTSD table that you decided to make.
Great. Okay.
Thanks for the toy, by the way.
She freezes.
Cool. As you sit there, frozen with fear, and they approach you, getting closer and closer, the ground around you begins to upend, and you see, crawling out from the ground, 3 corpse flowers. The creatures that you faced last time that you had entered the Midnight Woods. But they are larger than they were before. The pungent odor they emit fills the air as you are all hit with this noxious wave of just rotting flesh and decay. You see the tangled remains of once living creatures entwined within their vines. And I need all of you to roll initiative.
I got a 17.
Yeah, me too. And to nobody's surprise, it's a +7, so 24.
Yeah, you're right. Surprisingly,
Do I roll normal initiative because I'm frozen?
It's a good point. Roll it with disadvantage. Thanks for reminding me.
Why are you doing this?
I needed to clarify. Well, the first roll was worse, but it's a 15.
Alright, cool. Saith, you're up first.
All right, I'm gonna send out my flock of ravens at the corpse flower. At the corpse flowers.
Pick one.
Okay, so how many corpse flowers were there? 3?
There are 3, and they are more or less surrounding you. You guys still have, like, a means of going back into the Midnight Woods. Otherwise, any other movement you make would prompt an opportunity attack.
I'm gonna use my tail to grab onto Oliver and put him on my back.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be like, I need you to close your eyes, okay? It might get scary.
Yeah, okay.
Just remember, we're gonna keep you safe. I promise.
Okay, happy lady.
All right. And then, we need to get Winterra out of there. Arlo, grab Winterra. We need to get out of here. There's too many. We're gonna need more.
I think if we straight up try to bail on this one, they're gonna pick us off while we run.
At the very least, I need to hide. I need to protect Oliver.
We're gonna keep that as priority number 1. But when Terra, Bookworm, and I are gonna hold the line.
Alright. So, Saith is gonna fall back and scurry up a tree with the little one.
Alright. Sounds good. With your grappling hook, or with your grappling tail extension, you are easily able to climb up the tree. Oliver is a small enough child that I'm willing to say there's no athletics check required to see if you can hold him because he's a small child. Anything else for you?
I'm gonna hold action for now.
Okay. Next up is going to be Arlo.
Yay! Arlo looks over at Winterra and is like, I'm gonna go ahead and apologize in advance for this. And he's going to cast Flame Strike, which is that's actually a bonus action. Neat. So he's going to cast Flame Strike on Lord Bonington.
Okay.
So we'll center it on Lord Bonington. Each creature within a 10-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder, centered on the point within range, must make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. That's going to be a 13.
No.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. I said that entirely wrong. It's a 10, but either way.
Yeah, that does not make it. So it's going to take 4d6 fire damage and 4d6 radiant damage.
Alright.
I'm gonna roll the fire damage first. Or do I need to separate it out? Or
No, he does not have differences as far as those two are concerned.
alright, it's gonna be 28 damage.
So you notice that he seems to, despite taking the brunt of it, actually does seem to weave his way through it with almost unnatural speed and grace for what you were seeing. He has evasion. So that's actually 14.
Since that was a bonus action, I'm also going to cast the Sacred Flame cantrip, which I have not done this whole time.
What a great cleric you are.
Oh damn, that's another dex saving throw.
It's another dex save?
Wait, hold on. Do I have another cantrip? I do have another cantrip. I'm gonna use Word of Radiance.
Okay, how does that work?
That's a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh shit.
My radiant word is a radiant. Hey, get fucked.
19.
It makes it, but it's still saving.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Evasion doesn't factor in for con saves.
Oh, if he succeeds on the throw, he takes no damage, so he's fine.
Okay, yeah, no, he's fine. He ignores you.
Alright, that's my turn.
Alright, Winterra, you're up.
No. I can't let this happen. Not here, not... I can't. And she is going to attempt to conjure animals.
Alright.
She's going to attempt 8 giant owls.
Yeah, happens.
Okay. So, yeah, she conjures 8 giant owls, and there are currently 3 larger corpse flowers and this guy,
Uh-huh. And the hand.
which is separate from... Great.
Yeah, no, the hand is separate.
Okay.
I don't know if I've made that clear or not.
Okay. So she's going to yell at the giant owls in Sylvan, and she actually tells them to protect the child and protect Bookworm to two of them each, so 4 total. And then the other 4, she's going to yell at them to go and attack the skeleton.
Alright, go ahead and roll those out.
14.
14 does not hit.
Okay. And that doesn't hit. That one probably does hit. It's a 23.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that's 8 magical slashing.
Okay.
And 22. So another 8 magical slashing. And then the 4 that hit, the 4 that are near the skeleton are going to fly out of its reach. And they have flyby.
Yeah, I guess they are. Is that gonna be it for you?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a question.
Okay.
So, corpse flowers are made mainly of, corpses, correct?
They are plant life that feeds on corpses. They're not made of them, it's just their food.
I'm gonna do something that I've never done before. I'm gonna release my black pudding.
As your held action?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like you should, release your black pudding in private, when you're on the toilet or something.
Huh.
Gross.
Oh, God.
Gross.
Alright, it kind of splooges out onto the floor.
Oh, God.
Splooges.
It will act on your turn.
Perfect.
And with that, that is going to be the skeleton's turn. And you see that it once again raises one of its skeletal hands and enshrouds itself with a magical aura. As it has just cast haste upon itself.
That's not good.
No, it's super not. What's your current formation? I know Saith is currently off in the trees. How are the rest of you formed up?
I would imagine that Arlo is, out on the front lines.
I imagine we're probably in some kind of a triangle, essentially, with if Arlo's out front, then Winterra and Bookworm are probably behind him.
We're in a V formation.
Okay. In which case, it's going to move past you, Arlo, so you can have an opportunity attack on him.
I will take that opportunity attack on him. That's gonna be a melee weapon attack, right?
Do so with advantage, please.
Oh, hell yeah. That is helpful, because that first one would not have hit anything.
Pendleton would like to give you advantage.
Oh no, he's going to swing right. He needs to swing left. Swing left!
Swing left!
That's going to be a 24 to hit.
Good thing you swung left.
It's going to be 16 damage, and I'm going to use War God's Blessing to bop him again.
Okay.
That's going to be 19 to hit.
That does not hit.
Damn.
Ooh, no. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Alright, that's the end of that.
Yep, you get into one solid hit, and then he is now in front of Bookworm.
And 2 owls.
I thought they were eagles.
Giant owls.
Okay, I misheard the bird you said.
That's alright. I will let that slide.
Fuck off. The owls may have opportunity attacks if they so please.
They for sure so please. They were told to protect her. Okay, that one misses. That one is a 21 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. He does 8 magical slashing.
Cool.
And they don't fly away since they were told to protect.
That's fine. He's not aiming for them.
Hmm.
He is going to swing down on Bookworm.
No!
That is unfortunately going to hit poor sweet Bookworm. You see that as he swings his staff down on her, not only does he deal just like the standard brunt of the hit, but you also see a dark magic seems to radiate off of his staff as he hits her, dealing necrotic damage as well.
Y'all should have gotten them dark chocolate anchovies. Telling you.
So it is now Bookworm's turn, and she's going to take her own staff and attempt to hit him back.
It's a bopping war.
Yeah, boy, does she whiff on that bop. So as Bookworm goes to swing, she looks this thing with intent and anger that you have never seen in her before. And then she stops. Her attack doesn't miss because she never connected with it. She just freezes in a look of shock and horror. And with that, it is the Corpse Flower's turn. I will say that, given the current setup, each flower will make all of its attacks on each of you, and unfortunately for you all, I have learned my lesson from last time, and I now know how many attacks they make.
Ruh-roh.
Not gonna get off with just the mere 1 attack this time, they make 3 attacks. Gonna start with Arlo.
Oh no!
Only 1 attack gets through, so you will be taking a total of 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need a con save out of you, good sir.
Alright, how does a 21 do you?
Pretty good. You just get whopped the 1 time, and that's about it. Winterra, your turn. Whew, buddy. So, that one gets 2 hits on you. So you are going to take 18 bludgeoning damage, and I'm going to need 2 con saves out of you.
Was that already halved? Because I did the house special.
Oh, right. No, it was not halved.
Oh, sweet. Okay. That one's a 21. That one's also a 21.
You're fine. Cool. Bookworm's turn. That's real bad.
Oh, God.
She takes all 3 hits. Alright, and let's see if she can pass on any of her con saves. Bookworm failed one of her con saves, so she goes down.
Ruh-roh.
Winterra's mad. She is very mad.
That is lovely. It's the hand's turn. And we will say, for funsies, it is going to look to you, Winterra. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
How does a nat 20 sound, Jordan?
Sounds pretty damn good, so you will only take half of this. Now, excuse me while I grab a few dice.
Wait, I passed, and I have saving grace, so I take no damage, Jordan. Get fucked.
Okay.
He still sounds super confident. I hate it.
I do want you to roll me an Arcana check while you're at it.
Okay. 19.
So, as you are enveloped by... essentially, the hand points at you, and you are enveloped by this black mist. And despite the fact that you don't take any damage of it, you still realize what this is. It attempted to cast Finger of Death on you.
Rude.
What the fuck?
Say it, you're back up.
Alright! My black pudding is going to slide on over and start devouring one of the corpse flowers.
Okay. So you're just gonna have it, like, just crawl onto it and just do its corrosive form thing?
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna take 7 damage then on that, and then let's see. Can I call shots on the hand?
You can, however, given the nature of it, I will say you can only do body shots.
Okay,
As it, doesn't have the other limbs.
that's fair.
I would recommend going for a crazy called shot, as I think I can help.
I agree, and I think not only am I gonna call this shot, but I'm going to also add paralysis.
Alright. Don't forget, you have to roll this with disadvantage.
So while you're rolling that, are you guys familiar with what Finger of Death does? Because I looked it up since Winterra knows that that's what the spell does. And,
It makes you be dead if you have under 100 HP.
no.
You're thinking the wrong
actually,
spell.
Way worse. Would you like me to read it? Because I feel like this is important
Yeah, alright.
for our decision making.
Okay.
Target must make a con save. It takes 7d8 plus 30 necrotic damage on a failed save, or half on a successful one. Humanoids killed by the spell rise at the start of the creature's next turn as a zombie that is permanently under your command, following your verbal orders to the best of its ability.
Neat.
So that's not knowledge you guys have as characters, but it is knowledge Winterra has, currently, that she's going to share with you. Once it's her turn. Because I don't think that, unless Jordan would have allowed Winterra to shout that at you guys.
I see no reason why you can't shout. That takes, like, an instant.
Guys, we can't stay here. We need to get out, because that thing just cast Finger of Death. Which is not good with the way those corpse flowers work.
I'm not gonna call out because I don't want to give away my position.
Well, what did you roll?
17.
Well, what if instead of that, she rolled a 27?
How?
So I will say I misnomered something earlier, and I'll have to burn, I think, another one of my channel divinities for the day. But what I said before was actually called War Priest. What I'm doing now is actually called War God's Blessing. So I have to do this before you say whether an attack hits or misses. But I can give you a plus 10 to the roll as long as you're within 30 feet of me.
Yes, even with all that, that does hit.
Alright, so he is now paralyzed. Oh, well, he needs to do a con save.
It technically fails.
Technically?
Go ahead, keep going.
Legendary.
Okay.
No legendary.
Oh boy. Alright, well, okay, so now he's paralyzed. And then it's a d10 of damage. Hey, alright, 10 damage. Nice.
Yeah, it would be. As you fire into this thing, it lands dead on in the center of the palm. A surge of electricity bursts out from it, enveloping the hand. And then, the hand almost seems to push the bolt out. And it appears to be completely unaffected by that attack. Cool hit, though.
This is wrong.
I will real quick say, everyone who witnessed that, so you three, can go ahead and roll me insight checks.
18.
15.
Dirty 20.
So all three of you noticed this. It struck you as a little bit odd with some of the earlier attacks, but it is specifically Sace that hit dead on and appeared to have all of its effects go off. That makes you realize this hand, it doesn't seem like you guys can hurt it. Anyway, Saith, what were you doing?
Does the hand appear to be, like, tied to the skeleton in any kind of way, or does it feel like it's independent?
It seems to be independent.
Can I tell if it's native to, like, our plane of existence, or is it, like, some kind of weird ethereal creature?
Roll me Arcana.
That'll be an 18 plus 1, a 19.
This thing appears to be almost like a construct, but a construct of pure magic. So you're not you've never seen anything like this before. So you don't know if it's native to this plane or not, but whatever this thing is, it appears to just be magic.
Alright, I think I'm gonna...
Throw a child on the back of a giant eagle that can get him away is probably good.
Oliver, remember when I promised you that you would be able to fly home today?
Yeah?
Cool! I'm gonna throw him onto one of the owls.
Okay.
And it's going to go home.
Yeah, no, that owl flies off as fast as it can.
Winterra shouts back at him in Sylvan because he would understand this. Tell Mom what's going on.
You don't hear anything back, but you feel like he did hear you.
Okay.
Is that gonna be it for you, Saith?
Yeah.
Alright, Arlo, you're up.
Arlo sees all of this happen with the hand and all that shit. And he looks at the hand and he says, "Hey, conductor of the jerk-off junction, over here."
Conductor of the jerk.
I mean, it
Arlo, what does that even mean?
it faces you, I guess?
Arlo says, "Go the fuck away," and then casts banishment on it.
I love that that's your banishment verbal component is go the fuck away.
Like, go the fuck away. You're ruining this whole day. We were having a good time. We came out here to have a good time, and honestly, we feel so attacked right now.
22.
For a charisma saving throw?
For a charisma saving throw.
Alright, it passes.
Yeah, so you attempt to banish it, you see your divine energy enshroud this thing as space seems to warp around it. And then it turns around and snaps, and the energy dissipates. Tara, you're up.
I will reiterate my previous statement of something is very wrong, and I don't think we need to be here right now.
That's what I was saying at the beginning!
Well, now I agree with you, Saith. But the two owls that were protecting Bookworm are going to try and get her out of that situation.
The two of them working together could lift her and get her out.
Okay, that's what they're going to do.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna jump onto the second owl that was right next to me.
I'll say you held a movement action to be nice.
Thank you.
And because those other four were following Skeleton Boy, that's like their thing, I'm assuming they're probably closer to us now.
Well, the skeleton is now, is where Bookworm was, so yeah.
Yeah, so there's those four. So Winterra is going to call one of them over to her and send one of the other ones over to Arlo. And turn to Arlo and say, we need to get, up. Even if we still stay, we need to not be down here. This is dangerous. And Winterra is going to try and get out of there as well.
Alright.
At least get as high as she, can out of that area.
Yeah, no, if you hop onto the owl, then you can definitely get up. None of the other creatures are close enough to you guys specifically to take opportunity attacks.
Can I use a held movement and bonus action?
If you're asking if you can hop on to the bird as well, then yes you can.
I was gonna just use my wings and then do that.
Oh, that's right, you can do that.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then the other one just looks at you offended, all right, fine, Mr. I can also fly, and that's the look he gives you, before going back over to the other two.
I fly by my own power or on Jockbird. There are no substitutions.
Well, I'm sorry that I can't make more Jockbirds currently, but she is going to have the other three try to make talon attacks on the skeleton while they're still here.
Okay. Is the vibe I'm getting from this is you want these three to kind of like hold them off while you guys flee? Am I reading this right?
Yes. That's at least what I would like to try do, assuming everyone else is on board with this plan.
Is everyone else on board with this plan?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, then you don't need to worry about rolling for it. They can just hold them off for a bit while you guys fly out of here. Where are you guys flying to?
We probably shouldn't lead them back to,
Exactly, yeah, that was my initial thinking was not take them back to my house.
Well, I mean, you already sent Oliver back that way, so at least one owl is going that direction.
Man, if only we knew some kind of incredibly powerful creature, like a beholder.
That is also in that same direction.
Do any of us have Granifor's, like, speaking stone number?
You don't know that Granivore has a speaking stone.
what?
Do any of us have Niavra's
Yeah,
speaking
that,
stone
yeah.
number?
Yeah.
I would say Arlo would probably have thought to have gotten that since you're the one who interacted with her the most.
Alright, Arlo's gonna, while they're flying away, call up Niavra on a speaking stone.
Alright, so as you call, it takes a little bit, and eventually you hear, "Hi, thank you for calling me, Niavra Yaldrin. I can't get to the speaking stone right now, but if you please leave your message and stone number, I'll be sure to get back to you at my earliest convenience. Thank you very much."
What about the angry gnome guy? Not the angry gnome guy.
The crazy gnome guy.
Yes. Inventions.
Sibo?
Yes.
Sibo.
Yay, someone remembered.
I mean, the only person's name that I remember from this arc off the top of my head is Granifor and, of course, Cantaloupe.
Who is not a character that I established in any way. Do you leave a message for Niavra, by the way?
Oh. Actually, yeah, I want to leave a message and, like, you can hear, like, the sound of us escaping and, like, fucking magical blast and all that kind of shit. He's like, "Hey, Niavra, give us a call back when we get a chance, yep." And then it hangs up.
Alright.
Once we get further up, she switches back over to common and she says, "I've seen that hand before. The fire, when I was younger, it's the same thing. I can't bring it back home, Arlo and Saith. I can't do that. I don't know where we can go from here. I don't know what to do."
Winterra, how fast can these owls fly?
120 feet or so at dashing speed.
Alright, and Bookworm's up here on an owl, right?
And at this point, I'm gonna say I bonus action healing word her to try to revive her.
Arlo's gonna turn to Bookworm. Like, "Hey, I know you're pretty banged up, so we don't want you in the fight, but we need someone to go get help. In town, there is a beholder named Granifor who can help us. You have to, as quickly as you can, go get him and bring him here to help us."
Arlo, somehow I think that's a bad idea since Bookworm speaks sign language. And I don't know if Granifor does.
I'm willing to bet that, like, at least Niavra does. She seems pretty well learned.
Arlo, we are here to help protect Bookworm. Sending her off on her own is not a good idea.
If Bookworm stays here, she's going to get knocked out again.
I do think it would be a good idea for Bookworm to get out of the area. It feels as though he is after her directly.
That's true.
So I will say this, as you guys are having this conversation, Winterra, you look over at Bookworm out of concern, and you notice she has not been listening to you guys at all. She almost looks like she's in a trance as soon as she came back up. Not, like, literally, she's not charmed or anything like that, just to be clear. Like, but she just looks like she is trapped in her own thoughts.
She calls out to her in Druidic. "Bookworm, are you okay?"
She momentarily snaps out of it, and then you feel a breeze, and you hear her say the words, "Bookworm."
Oh!
It's
no!
him?
She guides the owls down into, like, a remote part of the woods. Like, she assumes command of the owls that she is being carried by.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we should probably follow her.
I assume you all follow.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So as that happens, she immediately lands off of the owls and uses one of her druidic abilities to create what almost feels like a field around you guys. And you kind of get the feeling that this is meant to, like, ward off things. Like, it's meant to be like a safe spot. And she just collapses and starts hyperventilating. She is not doing great right now.
Bookworm, no! And Winterra runs over to her and, like, tries to console her.
As you, like, put your arms around her trying to console her, she looks up at you with just this look of, like, horror and sadness. And she turns away from you again and almost starts, like, just setting up a camp. Like, she is not going anywhere at this point. She is too shaken. And that is where we shall pause our tale for now. So, Christina,
Yes.
it is currently just you and me. Drew and Kagi are not presently here. They do not know this part is happening.
No, they don't.
With that, we are going to fast forward a little bit from where they believe things ended. It is later that evening. Bookworm has kept herself isolated the entire time. You guys, for reasons that will be determined later, have elected to stay with Bookworm for the time being. She is inconsolable and unwilling to so much as even speak with you guys right now. So, you are still under the effects of the protective barrier that she set up with her druidic magic, so you know that no force can presently detect or surprise you guys. So you are safe. As you attempt to get some rest, you eventually find yourself waking, and you notice some movement just outside of the field. And it looks eerily familiar. Like one new little cub that has woken up from a very long nap.
Oliver, what are you doing?
He is not within earshot of you, and he is wandering deeper into the woods.
I'm gonna follow him.
You leave the field knowing that it will keep everyone safe, and you should not be long. You're just going to get your brother and make sure everything is fine. As you follow him for a bit, you eventually come across a clearing. It takes you a little bit to catch up with him, but there's a small clearing where you eventually catch up to Oliver. He's hunched over and just kind of trying to catch his breath a little bit.
Why are you out here right now? We told you to go back home and stay there.
Oh, hi there. Well, I, didn't want to.
That tracks.
You're not mad, are you?
She pauses and looks at him and softens a little bit. No, I'm not mad. I don't want you to get hurt.
Don't worry. I know I'll be fine as long as I'm with you. Look how big and strong you are now.
She takes everything to not cry.
As you are having this brief moment, you suddenly hear from behind you. Ah, isn't that adorable? Big sister being so strong.
She turns immediately and puts herself like as in between them as possible.
As you turn, you do in fact see Ash approaching. You know, I was wondering how exactly I was going to get one of you to separate from the others. Fortune appears to be on my side, as you did it for me. I thank you for your cooperation.
What are you talking about?
Well, I decided to take some matters into my own hands. Lately, things haven't exactly been going my way as far as serving my goddess. And I've noticed there's a trend. That was you three in Time Anther that decided to lay waste to that idiotic knoll, I assume.
She just stares at him. She doesn't say anything.
I'll take the silence as confirmation. Which means you three have been a constant thorn in my sides since Neverwinter. And that is far too long. So I'm here to end this. And he summons his glaive. Winterra, we are now in initiative. I'm not going to make you roll for it. You go first.
Okay, so she is going to conjure animals at 5th level.
Impressive. What are you summoning?
4 dire wolves.
You raise your hand in order to conjure these dire wolves, but nothing happens. You feel no magic as you attempt to cast this spell.
Like anti-magic, like an anti-spell, or just no magic at all?
Like anti-magic.
She looks at him and growls at him again, and she says, "You're crazy to think that being here in my forest that you could get away with something like this." And she's going to attempt to grab Oliver and go, like run.
So you scoop up Oliver, and you make a beeline. You run in the opposite direction as fast as you can. And just before the edge of your speed, you slam into an invisible wall. You really need to give me more credit than that. Did you really think I was going to attempt to challenge you when you have so many spells at your disposal and you know this forest so well?
Yeah, honestly, based off of what I've seen from you so far, didn't think you were that smart. I'm not smart either, but didn't think that much of you.
Oh, no, you misunderstand. I've been putting designs in play far longer than you can imagine. It just doesn't help when I have little nuisances clogging up my machinations. Fortunately, I don't think even a druid of your caliber can do much against an anti-magic field inside of a force cage. You're in here with me.
Does force cage, anti-magic force cage, prevent me from wild shaping?
Yeah, you can still do that.
So, Winterra looks at her brother and she says, "Hold on to me and do not let go." So she says that to Oliver, and then she's going to turn herself into a brown bear. In her attempts at continuing to keep him away from Oliver, she's not even worried about herself right now. She is just going to use like whatever attacking mechanisms she can in order to keep him safe, pretty much.
Okay. With that, it is now Ash's turn, and he is going to run over to you, and he is going to make 2 glaive attacks on you.
Okay.
Oh boy, that first one hits. That is going to be 23 points of damage.
Is that factoring in any current things that I get?
You did have the house special, fair enough. 8 slashing, 6 necrotic. Second attack, going to assume a 29 hits.
Miraculously, Jordan. No, it doesn't. No.
Same damage.
Yeah, she didn't like that, so she's gonna try to hit him back before she keeps moving.
Okay, roll it.
Jordan, do you know what I just rolled? It was a natural 20.
Alright, cool.
And bears have multi-attacks, so that's the first attack. 16,
Okay.
which doesn't sound like much, but let's see the second attack. 24.
That hits.
And that is going to be 11. And then she's going to continue moving.
So you're going to run away from him?
Oh, wait, that would provoke opportunity, wouldn't it?
Boy, would it.
Yeah, no, not currently. Never mind.
Okay, cool. As this is going on, you feel that Oliver's grip on you is tightening. He feels scared.
She snarls at Ash, but in that snarl, there is also like a comforting sound for her brother. It's like a mama bear, like warning.
How cute. The little cub thinks it has teeth. Okay, lucky for you, he didn't roll super well. So that's a 5 on the die, 23 to hit.
I mean, that'll hit, Jordan.
It's going to be another 8 slashing and 6 necrotic.
Okay, yeah, so she is out of her bear form.
Yeah, with that attack, he slices into you and you fall back as you change back into your normal form.
You know you talk a big game, but why don't we check the scoreboard for a bit? Back in Neverwinter when we fought, you ran. Back in Silvery Moon, in the Yuan-Ti Temple, you ran. I wonder what you'll do this time, Winterra.
And he's going to make one more attack. Same thing, which means same damage. That's back to you.
Well, my magic currently does not work, and I have a child that I would like to protect. Pendleton, what would you do in this situation?
Well, if I had my butt, I would fight the beast, but, I think it might move you to, run like hell!
Okay, she's gonna take the disengage action and run.
So you disengage with Ash in order to get away from him. You grab Oliver and you attempt to run as far as you can.
Looks like it's 3 for 3. I guess in the end, you are just a coward.
And he puffs up his chest and unleashes his fire breath.
Ooh, okay.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
22.
That does not pass. As the flames engulf you, you are immediately downed. It is more intense than any fire you have ever felt before. Even when you were in the temple and running from him, you realize then he was toying with you. And now he is out for blood. That is 90 points of fire damage.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that's not fun. That's not fun at all. So as she goes down, she just calls out for her mom again, like she would when she was younger. And she's just like, and it's in Sylvan. And she's just like, Mom, help.
As you call out, you feel Ash grab you by the nape of the neck and lift you into the air.
Cry all you want. No one is coming to save you. And now, you are going to help me to get rid of the problem that is you and your infuriating friends.
And he pulls out a black crystal
Oh, God.
and shoves it into your chest. As it enters you, you feel unimaginable pain, the likes of which you have never felt before. Almost immediately, you are coughing up blood.
You might remember this particular effect. I believe you've seen what it looks like back in Neverwinter. You are now going to see nothing but enemies around you, as your friends vanish before your eyes. Nothing will be safe for you, and you will be the arbiter of your friends' undoing. And the best part? You won't even know why.
And he drops you, but you don't hit the ground before a different set of hands grab you from behind. Amidst your weakened state, you barely manage to look up, and you see 2 pairs of angry, serpentine eyes glaring back at you.
I believe we owe you some gratitude. Don't we, brother? Agreed, sister.
As Sasava and Avasis drop the anti-magic field and begin to probe your mind, a fog lifts over your eyes, and the last thing you hear as everything fades to black is the laughter of Ash filling the night.
And that is where we shall truly pause our tale for now.
Yeah, Jordan, I have to ask what the fuck?
Hello everyone, Jordan here. We have a few plugs to shout out, as well as a few bloopers that didn't quite make it into the episode proper. So make sure you listen to the very end. If you want to support the show, follow us on our Patreon at patreon.com/agentsofdamned. We post all our episodes there a full week before they hit iTunes, Spotify, or any of the podcasting platforms you can find us on. We also have a special after show called Peek Behind the Screen, where we talk more in depth about the episode, what we think will happen next, or whatever the hell else we feel like talking about. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Agents of Damned, and on Twitter at Agents of D. You can also follow our personal Twitters, me at Pokechap, Christina at Rikachu, and Katie at Missy Mystery, MYSSY Mystery. Drew is not on Twitter. We also have a website, agentsofdamned.wordpress.com, or agentsofdamned.com, where you can also find all our episodes, along with full transcriptions of each episode and personal bios of the cast. Additionally, we also have merch now. You can find a wide selection of our merchandise available over at tpublic.com/user/AOD, or just follow the link on our website. If you want to talk to us or our community at large, we have a Discord server at AOD, capital A, lowercase o, uppercase D, where you can chat, discuss theories, and submit fan art and suggestions for the show. We do ask that you keep it PG, lest we unleash our unholy wrath upon you. Don't forget to leave a review and share the show with a friend. Until next time, bye! Well, you gruesome oaf. Do you see anything that you like?
I mean, I guess there's some good stuff here, but I don't know, it's all too prissy for my taste. Yeah, I think it's more like for the everyman and doesn't sacrifice on comfort in any way.
I'm going to ignore how hurtful that comment was. Let's see. Something that is intended for any one person, but also is comfortable. We're going to do something I normally wouldn't do and recommend a competitor. Have you thought about Black Feather Apparel?
Who that?
Black Feather Apparel is an online retailer that sells a wide variety of graphic tees.
I do like me a graphic tee.
Not only that, but they also have several hoodies that are equally as gorgeous as they are comfortable.
Alright, well, what about like my lower half? I'm glad that my upper half will be nice and comfy, but I don't want my buttocks to get all chilly.
My goodness, you're so boorish. Fortunately, they also carry several different sweatpants and leggings, each as comfortable as the last.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with that. Sounds like a much better fit than your crap. Where can I find them?
My goodness, I hate you so much. You can find them at blackfeatherapparel.com. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram under the same name. Remember, you big stupid oaf, it's blackfeatherapparel.com.
Oh wait, shit. Sorry, I forgot something that I got for my level up, but I don't know if I should interrupt with it. I technically have Divine Strike, so there's technically supposed to be an additional D8 of damage dealt from that weapon hit.
I mean, you can go ahead and roll that out if you want. It's fine.
Alright.
I have a feeling it doesn't matter.
it's
That's why
radiant
Jordan's
damage.
like, do whatever. It's
Yeah, you may have noticed the weird thing that I did, which is throwing your target objective at you immediately.
You know what? I think this was really, really important because he's going to take a whole additional 1 damage. So, yeah. So
Shit,
take
man, he's
that,
on death's-
Jordan.
He's on death's door, man. You can almost finish him.
Yeah. Yeah. How about that?
Yeah, no, he's fine.
Oh,
He's
God.
super fine.
Ooh. Are Erwin and Yavra getting, friendly?
No.
Uh,
No.
I really don't think Niavra would like my brother like that. I'm
Fan
sorry
art,
to tell you,
fan
Arlo. I know
art,
you liked
Fan
the-
art. Fan art. Fan art.
God, you're incorrigible today. Jesus Christ. Alright, I'm ending the scene for y'all. Fuck this.
Thank you.
Nice on a stick.
That wasn't even in character. I was just being a shit on my own.
Really?
We couldn't tell.
Okay, what if, like, hypothetically we flew out in, like, the death direction and we flew just, like, 500 miles?
Then you'd eventually clear.
What?
You'd probably eventually clear the forest.
And what if we flew 500 more?
Can I, while
Just to be
Drew was
the
being
man
a shit.
who flew 1,000 miles to fall down.
Yeah, no, I caught the joke. I need an answer. God damn you. This is already going on so long, please.
I wasted so much time.
We'll
My
let it-
mother,
we'll
my
let it-
brother, and me.
Oh,